Now, there's just uncertainty swallowing whatever decision I come up with. At some point, logic has simply stopped working here, and we started grasping at straws. Along with exhaustion, fatigue, and stress, we've had, we have enough kindling to get a fire burning. What's going on? The not so pleasant kind of fire.
We can't stay here. We'd be sitting ducks if we remain in one place.
But we can't just keep running like this either, Ash. Sooner or later, she'll...
We have to face it. We have to go to the source.
We don't have much of a choice, Isabella. Even our homes aren't safe. Anytime, that woman, that thing might get us. Fuck. A zombie apocalypse would be better than this.
So what then? You're giving up?
Nobody said that.
Just because this whole thing isn't panning out the way you want it to, doesn't mean there isn't a way out. Ash, I know Zach wouldn't want you to do that. I know Rebecca wouldn't.
Rebecca's gone! Dead! Isabella, if what happened last night didn't tell you how bad...
I know that! You don't have to keep reminding me. Do you really think I don't blame myself for everything?
Man.
Wait, what? No!
Wrong. Rebecca died? Yes, she died. She jumped from a building and we went to the crime scene and yeah, she did. It's been confirmed. Hello, Melody, by the way. How are you today? If there's anyone who's responsible for getting everyone in this mess, it's not her. She's warned us. She warned me. Tried to stop me when pried the letter off her hands. Zach too? We don't know about Zach yet though. Zach is still at the precinct. You're doing good? Awesome. How was your day? It's never her fault. If there's anyone she should be blaming, it's me.
I'm not... No one's telling you to...
Simply seeing that expression on her face, that guilt eating away at her.
Well, please don't think that way. Not right now.
It hurts.
No, but you might as well just say it.
It hurts that I can't even do anything to lighten that burden.
Even if you don't, I know everyone, even Rebecca, thinks this is...
Oh, and since Rebecca died, that ghost is chasing us like crazy. We can't have any moment to breathe. It hurts that I can't even find the right words to soothe that grief.
Belle, that's enough. We'll just have to make do with what we have. Stop blaming yourself for every little thing, because it's not even helping anyone at this point.
We both falter to silence at my words and an awkward, stifling mood descends between us. I do not mean to shout, to snap at her, to add to that kindling, not in a moment when anytime, anywhere that damn ghost might get to one of us. How was your day, Melody, by the way? We're both in the same boat, yet here we are, playing the blame game. Little by little, we're falling apart, caving into the pressure, to the bleak situation we're trapped in. Did that damn ghost mean for this to happen? To divide each of so she can pick us off one by one right after? Who knows? Anything's possible now if her kind can exist. With the fire burning between us rising as high as it does now, I'm afraid, deathly afraid, that the possibility might come sooner than I can figure all of this out. Fuck, I still can't think straight. I can't even believe the next words coming out of my own mouth, that out of everyone, I have to be the one saying these to the earth. This is more of forte than mine, keeping the peace, getting along with everyone, while I unintentionally aggravate people with badly chosen words. Funny how fast the tables have been turned after just one unfortunate incident. How am I even supposed to cope?
I swear I'll get us out of this mess. I'll find a way to get Zach out of that place. But if we want to make it out of this in one piece, we're gonna have to calm down first.
Yep. Before my own temper flares, I walk away and slide back into my car. If the door slams with more force than needed, I'd like to blame it, the pent-up anger boiling up in me. I'm not even sure what or who I'm angry at. The ghost? At a sudden outburst? Or maybe at myself for being this useless? What did you do today, Melody? Because despite her not saying anything, I know, goddammit. She's still counting on me. In spite of my failures, or every harsh word I've uttered, or how unbearable I can be as a friend. I stare with attention after the argument finally breaks, and she follows me and gets in the car. You studied? Nice. I mean, I say nice, but it kinda sucks. It's in constant glances she shoots my way when I start the engine without a word and drive off. It's in her silence, a heavy gift, her unwavering trust. Yet, it's one I'm more than willing to carry, even through my own exhaustion, if only to keep her safe. In this city of 68,000 strangers, she's the only one I have left. Though, in all seriousness, a good rest is still our best bet for now. Thinking with an exhausted brain is almost as good as running around in circles. We might as well just throw ourselves at that ghost and be done with this. The local Irish pub may not be the best place to hang around when one hasn't slept a wink or you're stressed. More often than not, it's loud. Sometimes the music played by drunkards grates the ears and the whole place smells like piss on a bad day. Damn. All in all, it's very definition of the last place I'll hang around after a wakeful night, but it's safe. Or as safe as it can be with G's security watching the place. Makes it easy to find help in case you find yourself in a tight spot. The place being owned by a person I've implicitly placed my trust and provides some semblance of comfort to. Gregor, bartender G, or just G to his regular patrons might be rough around the edge. Sometimes a bit too gruff for a man serving drinks behind the counter, but he belongs to the good folks of this city. If there's anyone in this place I can rely on to look after people important to me, it's probably him. He means well, surprisingly, despite his surly demeanor, cares to some extent for people he likely only sees once or twice a week or on a bad day. Not the best job in the world in my opinion, but that's exactly it, isn't it? In wine, there is truth. Alcohol in this case. It loosens the tongue, forces one to let his or guard down. Whatever inhibition anyone has, it all flies straight out the window after a few glasses. It has made him observant too. Always has one or two things to say about someone or something. Most of the time, it's me, opinionated ass. But God knows how many times I've asked for his help when I'm met with a dead end in a case or I'm in trouble. So maybe the bartender knows about the local legends that could help us. This time knows different. As expected, the moment we show up, he's kind enough to offer us a room at the back of his shop. A single look at my face, I don't even need to say anything, and the next thing we know, he's leading us in. No questions asked. Maybe it's also for this reason I find myself drifting towards the station hours later, after having gotten that much needed shut-eye. Newly washed drinking glasses and tumblers line the counter surface when I enter the room. Behind the bar, Jay's busy with wiping each of them clean, likely prepping it for tonight's use. Briefly, he glances up at me once I claim one of the empty stools and grab a rock's glass sitting closest to my elbow. Yeah, a drink is... Turning it absent-mindedly in my palm, just to keep my hands occupied while my brain is busy, still trying to make sense of everything. Even at the dead hour, with only a few patrons milling about, this place still smells strongly of liquor. Honestly, I've never grown fond of it. Regardless of how many times I've made a trip or sat here on the same spot, just talking with the old man, I've never been fond of drinking in the first place. Yet, oddly, it's the nasty odor of a brewery that helps clear the mind this time. Along with the lack of the establishment's usual hubbub and the occasional clicking of glasses. Even more bizarre is that, through my lack of words, G doesn't say anything. Although it's clear from the way his mouth has curled up in a tight frown that he asks questions. A bucket load of it. He wisely keeps it shut. Instead, he simply focuses back on his work. Rinse, wipe, stash away, repeat. Going through the motions with such familiarity is almost a trance. Watching his precise movement quietly like this, with these thoughts swimming inside my head, it's easy to lose track of everything around me. One solid lead on this, one possible way to sort this out, but will it work? Especially if my assumption is correct and the reason Zach was there yesterday morning was because of the curse. Something must have happened there for him to see the need to look into it and break inside that place. What if the couple has fallen victim to the curse? Ooh! He's starting to make the connections. It doesn't fall outside the realm of possibility. I've been so biased, not even thinking that they might be in danger as well. But during the open house with Isabella, they might have seen the letter and... Fuck.
Stupid. Some fucking detective I am.
That's likely the moment when Cooper saw it. If the logic holds, I need to hurry there right away. And if there are answers anywhere, it would be there. It should be there, where all of this fucking mess started. It's not only my life on the line here. There are others. What happened to us, I won't wish on anyone else, no matter how much I loathe them. Or how complicated all of this has suddenly become. The letter, the woman, the mansion, and now there are the voices lacing venom inside every crevice in my head. Murmurs that jeer, scoff, and deride whenever an opportunity presents itself.
Because you didn't listen.
What?
It's all your fault. Why won't you believe me?
A reminder of what I failed to do and who I failed. At some point, they all begin to blur together, swinging and coiling. Every horrid image and memory of her seeking the forefront of my mind. No matter how much I refuse to remember the fear I felt then, to push it as far back as I can, the visions come to me like a deluge. And before I know it, before I can drown, another voice pulls me out of it.
Doing good there, boy.
Ah, good. His hand is on my shoulders, gripping it tightly and giving me a light shake. There's a relief in his face when I finally look up at him, although his frown appears more distinct than the concern in his eyes. It's deeper now, marred with worry and agitation. He does let go when I offer him a small nut, but the furrow between his eyebrows never leaves out his face. He always has a knack for reading people after all, even someone who can be as close up or distant like me. In all the time I spent in the force, there's only one other person who is as keen as this old guy, the chief. I have a strange feeling that this guy might be the chief too, but like undercover. Cause they both look the same. Maybe it's just me, maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure. Funny and weird to some degree. I've pointed out on him so many times before how much they look alike, only for the observation to be brushed off with a vehement tone. I've never brought it up again after the third time, out of respect for the guy. Whatever it is, it's clear it's something he